Hi everyone. Well, this is a first. What do you think of this? Pretty good, eh? Well, I'm not going to be the chef, okay? I'm just pretending right now. I'm going to leave that to my wife and two daughters here,
Thank goodness.
and Renee's sort of going to lead it. And Renee's also the administrator of our Christian school, 12 Stones Christian Academy. We have something really special for you because they're going to show you how to bake Aussie patty cakes. They're really cupcakes in America, right?
Yeah, you can call them cupcakes here.
And this recipe for the cake, it's a butter cake recipe, is actually handed down from my wife's grandmother, and it goes back millions of years before that. No, we don't believe in millions of years. So it really is handed down from your grandmother. It's a really nice recipe. We're actually going to share it with you. Okay, this is a secret recipe. It's been held under lock and key for generations.
It really has. She does not like to give out this recipe, so
Because it is a really nice recipe. And this will be the patty cake, cupcake recipe and how to do them. And then there'll be a second program, and you can watch the second program and learn how to make its no-bake cheesecake, Aussie no-bake cheesecake, and Aussie caramel tarts.
yes.
Okay, that'll be in the second program. So for the first program, I'm going to hand over to Renee. We're going to put the recipe in the comment section for you as well, and we'll just show you the recipe right here. Aussie patty cakes using my wife's grandmother's butter cake recipe.
And unfortunately, we don't have Australian ingredients. We had to make do with
American ingredients,
Yeah,
yeah.
so we hope they turn out as well using American ingredients.
And then you're going to have some ready for me with my coconut icing on.
Oh, yes.
But you're going to make some animal
special for
ones
you.
too,
some
right?
fun animal ones. The
Okay.
kids will really like that.
All
and
right,
you
so-
know why we're here today, right, doing this? Because it's my son, well, your grandson's birthday tomorrow. And one of the things that he really wanted to do for his birthday to help celebrate was Nanan's cupcakes. So we thought, well, since we're making them today anyway, why not do a program and share it with you all?
Okay, I'm going to step out of the picture and let the experts go to it and tell you how to do this.
All right. So, Christelle, first thing you really do when you're making up a batter is do what? The butter and the sugar together. So go ahead and we'll get started with that. And you'll notice on the recipe, it calls for 6 ounces of butter and 6 ounces of sugar. Again, this was a recipe that was, it's quite old. And so that's how they measured everything back then was in ounces. So you don't have, all your cups and things like that. So 6 ounces of butter is, I believe it's 1.5 sticks of butter. And then the 6 ounces of sugar, we're actually going to measure it out the proper way, but I believe that's about 3/4 cup of sugar. So I don't know how many of you all have a scale in your house where you can measure out a lot of the dry ingredients. You have to make sure you zero it out first. Have you ever started when it's not on zero and you put either too much or too little in there? Is that about 3/4 of a cup, I believe?
Yeah, I think it's going to end up being around 3/4 of a cup.
Okay. And the key to mixing the butter and the sugar together, of course, is just whipping it up really nice. Get it mixed really well. Get a really creamy mixture going on. Christelle, you did such a great job doing that. Here's an M&M for you. Woo! Oh, okay. I'll have to try higher next time. Okay. It's like you're a good dog. I'll give you a treat. All right, so we're mixing it up really well. Make sure it's really creamy. Mix master. You can use a hand mixer too. One of these is really good. You don't have to use your hand. You just plunk the ingredients in there and it does all the magic for you.
You want the butter to be room temperature. It's a lot
Yes,
easier to work with.
yes. Make sure your butter is room temperature. That definitely is a key. If you if you don't plan like me, I'm not a planner when I cook. I'm very spontaneous. So I just buzz it in the microwave for 6 seconds at a time. Sometimes I put it on for 30 seconds, and then I say, okay, I'm going to open the door at 6 seconds, and then I forget, and then 30 seconds go by, and it's melted. And then I have to start all over again. So that's why I recommend make sure you only put it on for 6 seconds at a time in the microwave, or you'll end up with melted butter, and then you might be making something different than what you plan to do.
Yes.
All right, so Christelle, you cook a lot, and so you've helped Mom make these cupcakes quite a bit before, right?
I have. They're my favorite cupcakes. I like them so much better than store-bought cupcakes. So make sure you guys get together and you try this for your family. I don't think you'll ever go back to store-bought.
Yeah, a lot of Americans love going and buying the packaged cupcakes, or even buying the packet recipes and making cupcakes out of a packet recipe. But how many of you really start making things from scratch? And you can really tell a difference. They're real ingredients. You don't have a lot of that artificial, all those artificial ingredients, and you really will. These are definitely light and fluffy and they're very they have a lot of moisture in them too. You just don't want to overcook them so they get dry. So you just have to watch the oven. So what are we doing now?
We are going to work on the eggs.
Okay, we're going to work on the eggs. Sorry, I forget Christelle doesn't have a microphone. We put her to work today. So they're putting the eggs in there, and I assume that you mix them in the bowl before you put them in the mixture. That way then they get whipped up really well, even before you mix them in with the butter and the sugar. Christelle, you're doing a great job. I think that might call for another M&M. Good job.
And this is harder than they think, too.
It's harder than they think. Oh, yeah. Christelle is very clumsy. So let's keep a close eye on her and see how much. That's why she's wearing an apron, a real colorful apron. Because yes, she wanted to wear the aprons because she knows she's going to spill a lot of stuff on her. And now you're not going to notice anything that spills on her apron. So this actually works out great for me because I don't like to cook that much. I feel like if I had maybe a little bit more time, I'd probably enjoy cooking a little bit more. So this is great, me telling them what to do. I wish Christelle would let me tell her what to do other times too.
This is the only time.
Only time. You can tell, we're sisters. We have a lot of fun together. Christelle, you just got egg on me. I don't know if you deserve an M&M for that. Okay, actually, I'm going to try and give you one anyway because I got to do better than I did last time. Okay, ready? Oh, I still didn't do it. Okay, sorry. We'll have to sweep after we're done. All right, so the eggs are in, and as you can tell, Mom stops it every so often. I get that spatula in there. I get it all down so it mixes up really nice together. You're doing a great job, Mom. Would you like an M&M too?
You'll notice that she says mom. I say mum. So she's been more Americanized than I have. I'm more Australian.
Is there something wrong with that? Yes, I think I'm the only one that calls her mom out of all your kids. Is that right?
Yeah, you're the only one.
So one time, and she harasses me for calling her mom. So one time, quite a few years ago, my last trip over to Australia, I went and got some Mother's Day cards from the card shop there in Australia, and I bought a whole bunch of them that said Mum on there. And so for a couple years, she got a Mother's Day card that said Mum, even though I don't call her Mum. That sounds weird saying Mum, Christelle.
Sounds weird saying mom.
Okay, so we're beating the eggs in with the butter and sugar. So while that is beating, they're going to measure out the flour. So it is, it's 12 ounces of self-raising flour. Now notice it's self-raising flour. A lot of times American recipes call for plain flour, and then you add baking soda or powder to it. Yeah, I know you all have self-raising flour over here, but I'm just saying a lot of the recipes self-rising flour. A lot of the recipes call for plain flour. All-purpose flour. Sorry, my mom's correcting me. Can you tell I'm really not a cook? I don't understand all the baking terminology here. Okay, so this is rising flour. So it already has all of those ingredients in there to help it rise. And I believe if you measure it out, it's about 2 2/3 cup of flour if you don't have a scale. And that's what equates to 12 ounces. Now, in Australia, do most of the recipes that you cook over there in Australia, it does call for self-rising flour, correct? Yes? Okay. I don't know why Americans have to do that extra step and add all those ingredients together. Just buy it. Saves you that extra step. Okay, so then you're just adding the flour real slowly so it doesn't fly out. So funny story, we were cooking chocolate chip cookies the other day, and my son Caleb, the one who's having a birthday, he wanted to help me, and so I did not put it in slowly. I turned off the speed to 0. I put all the flour in together. I told you I'm not a cook. And then I told Caleb, okay, we have to do it very slowly, otherwise the flour is going to poof everywhere. So I told him to turn it onto speed 1. Well, you know what happened? He went past speed 1 and it went all the way to speed 5, and I had flour everywhere. It went poof. And I had my silverware drawer open, and I had flour all in my silverware drawer. So we had to do a little bit of washing those. All right, so then, yep, she's a little bit of a klutz. So we added 3/4 cup of milk after we did the flour.
We kind of alternate.
Oh, you alternate it. So alternate a little bit of flour with milk, and then some more flour, and then some more milk. All right, it's looking good. Christelle, great job with that. Ready? Oh! That was so close. Okay, next time. You know those, what is it, like the Japanese grill type places where they go and they cook in front of you, and, you know, they flip you the veggies and you try and eat that. I can never grab those in my mouth. I'm terrible. All right, so do we have all the ingredients mixed? Have we added the vanilla?
We do.
Okay, we even added the vanilla. I'm sure you all saw them adding that. And so there's the mixture. It looks really good. It's very, very creamy. And then, yep, we just turned the oven on.
We should have done that first.
Yep, always make sure you turn the oven on first, or else you have to wait till it heats up. And we turn the oven on to 375 degrees. Now, what you can do, you can actually make a slab cake out of this mixture as well. You put it in a 10 by 10 pan, and it cooks at 350 degrees. But for patty cakes, we cook it at 375 degrees, and then they only cook for 15 to 20 minutes.
Yeah, you want to keep watching them after 15 minutes.
Yeah, it's kind of like brownies, right? You want to grab the brownies out right when they're done. You don't want to overcook them. And sometimes it can be hard to tell. Or even like chocolate chip cookies. You want to take them out right as they're turning golden brown, or else they're going to be really crunchy. Same thing with patty cakes. You want to pull them out right as they're turning that golden brown color.
So what we have this nifty little cake tester. So we could just stick this in the middle, and when it comes out clean and they're a nice golden brown color, and then they're done.
All right. That is nice to have that. So about how much mixture? Are you filling it up about 3/4 of the way? Yep, 3/4.
Some are a little less.
That's all right. We'll give those ones to Dad. He won't know he got the smaller cupcakes. We'll keep the bigger ones for us. What he doesn't know doesn't hurt him, right? All right. So about how many cupcakes does this mixture make?
About 20.
Okay, 20 cupcakes. Not bad. Not bad. You can use even, oh, I never know how Americans call it. We call it alfoil in Australia. The alfoil linings, cupcake linings over here. What are they? Aluminum foil. Okay. They shorten all kinds of words in Australia. And you Australians that are watching this are probably really laughing at us right now. But we do call it alfoil. They shorten everything, in like sunglasses, they call it sunnies. Breakfast, they call breakfast brekkie. I don't even know. There's millions of other terms that they shorten. I've obviously been a little Americanized.
I don't know about you, but when I have been at work before and I'm talking about something, I say a sentence and everyone just looks at me and they're like, huh? And I'm like, I'm like, you'd say, we call them ports instead of suitcases. And I say, I'm going to go pack my port and then I'm going to leave. What? You're going to do what? And then I have to explain myself and figure out, that's not what they call it over here. I need to translate.
Right. I know. It's like, oh, what word did I say wrong? You have to go back and think about it. I remember when I was newly married, I told my husband, hey, go to the garage and get the esky for me. And he's like, what is she asking for? So he goes out to the garage and he's looking around and he brings in the cooler. And he didn't say anything to me. He wanted to see if he guessed right. And so he brought it in. I'm like, oh, okay, great, thanks. And he's like, yes, I got it right. Okay, esky equals cooler. Okay. So, all right, 18. That's okay. 18 is good. So what we can do is just take these ones out. And then I believe they're ready to go in the oven. Not quite ready yet, so we'll wait for it to get preheated. And then we'll put those in and cook them to just a barely golden brown. Mm-hmm. Again, that's the key when you, for homemade cupcakes, if you keep them in there longer because you want them to look, really nice and golden, then they start to over dry.
Especially at the bottom.
At the bottom, yes. So you can't tell. A lot of times they get really dark at the bottom, not so much at the top. So I tell you what we'll do. We will put them in the oven and we will cook them for about 15 minutes and then we will come back to you, okay? Okay, so we are back. The cupcakes have been cooked. Wow, that was the fastest 15 minutes, right? And actually we've already cooled them a little bit too, so we can get right to frosting them. So we're gonna pull them out of the oven like they just got done. And don't forget, when you pull things out of the oven, make sure you have the proper equipment so you don't burn yourselves. And they look amazing. And I am so sorry, you guys, but you can't be here to smell how amazing they are as well. Again, just barely a light golden brown. I really think we need to get a candle that's scented like a cupcake.
I don't know. If I had a cupcake candle, I would be eating cupcakes all the time.
Okay, that's true. Forget the cupcake candle. All right, so again, we have already cooled these. So we're going to put them on the platter. Wow, they smell good. And then we're going to whip up our own frosting. I'm curious how many of you all have whipped up your own frosting, or do you go to the store and buy the pre-made frosting? But this recipe, it is, I believe it's what kind of frosting is it? The name of the frosting?
I don't remember.
Oh, okay. There is a special name for the icing, but it is a recipe that we don't even have it written down, actually. It is, I don't know if you guys have moms and grandmas when you ask for the recipe, and it's all in their head. Yeah. So this one is in her head, and so we're gonna post it in the comments so you have the recipe. So let's go ahead and start with the frosting. Again, I think there's only 3 ingredients. There is butter, icing sugar, or powdered sugar for all you Americans, and icing sugar for Australians, and then milk. And a little vanilla or no vanilla?
Oh, yeah, vanilla.
Okay,
yeah,
and vanilla.
Yeah.
All right.
So I always double the recipe because I like lots of frosting on my patty cake.
Well,
so,
yeah.
Yeah, so we're going to put 2 sticks of butter in.
Okay, 2 sticks of butter. Again, make sure it's room temperature. It just mixes up so much better.
It really
Or-
does. It's so much easier to work with.
Yep, or the 6-second microwave rule. And we'll get that. Beat it up quite a bit. You want to make it really, really, really smooth. So I know we're doing these cupcakes for my son's birthday, and it's been hard celebrating birthdays during this time, during the COVID-19 crisis. And, we're trying to be a little bit creative with what we do to celebrate birthdays during this time. I know another thing my son would like to do is go fishing, so I don't know if we'll be able to do that or not. But again, Nana's special cupcakes. But I'm curious if any of you have had birthdays during this time. What are some creative things or some ideas that you have done when you can't go to a restaurant or you can't have your friends over and things like that? So I would love to hear those type of ideas. So make sure you write those in the comments. So we beat up the butter for quite a while, don't we? All right, so we'll just keep it mixing here for a little bit. Now, I love these old recipes or recipes that come down from generation to generation. And I know our grandfather, which is my mom's dad, he actually was a chef.
Mm-hmm.
And then
I remember some of the recipes he would make were amazing when we visited.
Yes, when we would come and visit him in Australia,
Mm-hmm.
we living here in America, and we go and visit him, and he would put on a huge spread with all of our favorite Australian foods.
It was our first stop after the plane flight. We would land, we would go to grandfather's, and he would have this huge spread.
Yes,
Yes.
roast
Yes,
lamb
roast
and
lamb.
veggies as well. Oh yes, the grandfather's apple pie is famous here in our household. Actually, Christelle cooks his apple pie
I
now.
do. Yes.
Yes, so we love cooking those recipes. I know grandfather would always individualize it for us as well. Like he knew I liked, this might sound really gross, but there was a special gravy that he did, and I loved onion in it because I love onion. And so he would make it special for me on the side, so that was my special gravy.
Yeah, I remember he thought I was a fuss pot because I kind of was. I was a little fussy. So he made this huge meal for Mom and Dad. I think it was for one of their special anniversaries. And he made me a bowl of soup. It was a homemade bowl of soup. It was beautifully done, but the rest of the meal was delicious. So I had this massive meal with this big bowl of soup that nobody else got. And I remember he was really impressed that I ate the whole thing.
That's hilarious, Christelle. I don't remember that. I mustn't have been with you there for that visit.
Yeah, maybe you weren't.
Yeah. Are we okay? So we're done beating up the butter. So I guess in Australia this is called icing sugar, right? Icing sugar. Confectionate powder, is that another term for it? American term? Confectionate powder or powdered sugar? Okay, all kinds of terms here. And again, put it in very slowly so it doesn't go poof. Now I think once Mom and Dad got married, you guys actually stayed with Nana and Papa for a little bit as well in a camper. And Nana was a really good cook too.
Yes, she was.
And so she also taught Mom how to do a lot of cooking and things like that. And so one thing that I think is funny is how we have grandfather's fried rice. This is the way that grandfather made his fried rice. And then we have Nana's fried rice. And so it's
two totally different things,
yes,
too.
Yes. And so when she would cook us fried rice, it's always, do you guys want Nana's fried rice or grandfather's fried rice?
I prefer Nana's fried rice, but Mom likes grandfather's fried rice. Yes.
So part of grandfather's heritage is Chinese, and so Mom grew up a lot on rice, so they had rice a lot. And that's even, like she does not like rice pudding. because it's sweet and you do not add sugar to rice pudding, right? And then Dad grew up on rice pudding.
Yeah, he loves rice pudding.
And so he's always begging for rice pudding, and Mom's like, no, you don't make rice pudding and put sugar in it. How much icing sugar did you put in?
2 sticks of butter,
2 sticks of butter.
3 cups of icing sugar, and a teaspoon of vanilla, and 3 tablespoons of milk.
All right, it's looking good.
So you know what the food Mom grew up on, a lot of rice, a lot of Chinese type food.
Yes.
You know what Dad grew up on? He told me once.
What's that?
Papa really liked these old recipes like fried brain and liver. And I think Nana made ox tongue and tripe.
Oh, yes. Actually, we have a recipe book here. This is actually where the cupcake recipe came from, this old recipe book here. And we were looking in here, and yes, you have things like kidney soup. That does not sound very good. Brain and nut pies. Oh, it's lamb's brain. I was wondering what kind of brains that. Oh my. Liver and bacon. Yeah, I guess we could just be thankful that Dad's not the cook, right? We didn't grow up on Dad's cooking. We're thankful for Mom's cooking.
I'm glad Dad didn't ask Mom to make those type of recipes.
Yes, for sure, for sure.
Thanks, Mom. We love you.
All right, I think
Is it ready?
It is ready, and
It looks beautiful.
and you'll know it's ready when it's just a beautiful cream color. It looks really good. It almost looks whitish. And that's because of all the beating that you do originally with the butter, and once you put all the other ingredients in there. So, okay, so we're going to have some fun with these cupcakes. So go and get your kids, because they're going to want to see these cupcakes. And I would love to see pictures of any of you kids out there that make this recipe and make fun animal cupcakes with it. So we have, I think, about 9 or 10 different animals. And you know those shows where it's like you try to copy what they do, and it's like, do you do it or do you not? Okay, we're going to see if we can do this and make it actually look like the animal it's supposed to be. So let us know what you think. I think we'll make a pig one in honor of Dad. Last name Han. They used to collect pigs. So yeah, we'll do the pig one in honor of Dad, and hopefully it looks like a pig.
Now you should know, most of these we looked up and we had ideas for, but the butterfly ones are actually the way Grandfather did them. So those are handed down from Grandfather and the way he would do his cupcakes.
Yes, and they're actually my personal favorite because I like having a lot of frosting with my cupcake. Mm-hmm. And so, like those Gigi cupcakes where there's like oogles of frosting on top,
yep.
I actually like it deep in the cupcake. So if you like a lot of frosting, you can make a hole as deep as you want, put tons of frosting in there, and then you cover the top and you put little butterfly wings on top. And there is your butterfly cupcake. Look how beautiful that is. And you can also put sprinkles and coconut and things on top of the frosting before you put the little wings on. So that is one of our favorite cupcakes.
Yeah, so
Yep.
And then put the wings on.
There we go. You can make these any way you want.
I think you put the wings on wrong. Okay, Mom, we're failing.
We are not doing justice to Grandfather. I'm so sorry.
There we go. And this one here, we like, let's put some coconut one on this one. So it's a very fine shredded coconut.
You can't buy this just anywhere.
No. So Maria, if you want to do a close-up of this coconut, you can tell how fine that is. You can't buy that in the store here in America. What I do is I buy the shredded coconut and then I just whiz it up in a I don't know, what's it called? A shredder
Yeah, blender,
Blender.
or food processor.
Yes, there you go. That's
something like
that's
that.
what I'm looking for.
So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come over here and I'm going to take a little bit of the icing and I'm going to color it pink for the pig we're going to do.
Yes. So
I'm going to.
we're gonna start frosting all of these and make some fun looking animals. So Mom, if you want to just start frosting the top of those ones. All right, so
right.
Christelle, you work on the pink icing for the pig.
So I'm just going to add, I think we got neon pink icing, so I'm not sure how much to add. So I'm just going to have some fun with it. Do a little bit at first.
Oh, neon pink, that's a perfect color for the pig.
It is. So then we just stir it up. Oh, it looks so pretty. You know, Mom does not like colored icing. Do you, Mom?
No, I like the white.
Yep, she likes just plain white frosting.
Does the white taste different?
Probably not, but it looks better.
It's less artificial, right? Less artificial.
Oh, I think that's perfect. What do you think?
Oh, I like it.
Yes.
That looks really good.
All right. So, let's see. We have pictures over here of what the animals are supposed to look like. So I'm going to try this little piggy.
All right, Christelle. We need a knife.
There we go. Okay, so I'm going to try the pig first.
Now what we're going to use for its snout is a pink marshmallow. And same with its ears too, pink marshmallows. So you can buy those in the store. And then we have some cute little candy that we're going to use for its eyes. Now what's interesting is sometimes we try to do some Australian cupcake designs, but they have such different candy over in the stores there in Australia that we always find it hard or difficult to match the candy that's on their cupcakes. So we have to improvise a lot. Most of these things here are found in an American grocery store with the things that we're going to use, but you can always find different things to improvise if your grocery store doesn't have it. So there's our pink pig cupcake. So if you want to cut the snout.
So we have a pink marshmallow. I'm going to just cut it in half right here. And let's put it right there.
And then little nose.
All right, let's see. Oh, I might mess this up. I'm not good at detailed work. Okay. Let's try. I'm a little nervous.
It's going to be a really big.
Oop. Oh, okay, his nose is running. He has a cold. You know what? That's just going to stay right there.
It looks great. Let's hope your pig snout turns out a little better. So we'll add the eyes.
Here we go. We're going to add little eyes. Thank goodness I didn't have to add the eyeballs. Oh, oh. Oh, goodness me. He's looking in two different directions. Hang on. Okay, we're
having too much fun here. All right, so we're going to do the ears now. So you get a little pink, you get a little pink marshmallow. Sorry, thank you. Little pink one, and you cut it diagonally like this. Just cut it diagonally and to two pieces, and they look like the perfect little pig ears. Look at that.
That's not fair. You just did a great job on that.
Yeah, I didn't have to do the snout. Thanks, Christelle. Thanks for taking that one for the team. So there's our pig. All right, the next one, let's try and do a bunny. My daughter loves bunnies, so all you girls out there, the favorite thing that I love about this bunny is its ears. And you do the same thing. You get a bigger marshmallow, not the huge jumbo ones, but the big ones, and you cut it again in half like that. And you have two little bunny ears. Now what you do is you want to get some pink, what is that called?
Sanding sugar?
Sanding sugar, yeah. And then the side that you cut, it's sticky. So let's just poke them in here. Look how beautiful that is. They look like perfect bunny ears. So we're going to, hopefully they'll stick in our frosting here. That looks so cute. And we'll add 2 little eyes as well. Those eyes look kind of freaky. I don't know. There we go.
Oh, we
They
were
need-
gonna, we
they
were gonna
need-
do M&M eyes for the.
Oh yeah, for the
the
bunny.
bunny.
We could do M&M eyes. Let's so yeah, if you think your eyes look a little bit funny, you can use M&M eyes and just put the M down on the bottom. There we go. I like that.
I do like that better.
Yeah. And then a pink nose, and then you can do some whiskers. Let's see what we can find. Whoops. Oh, the frosting's sticking to my hands here. Let's see. Some of these little chocolate sticks. Whoops. My hands are a little sticky, so I'm having trouble getting them on there. But that looks really good. I'm kind of poking through, finding the long ones. It's whiskers on this side. Got a little cut. All right, there's our bunny. So let's do the panda bear next. And I want you guys to know that I actually haven't done animal cupcakes like this before, so this is a first for me. So let's do the panda.
Now, Mom has always loved pandas, haven't you, Mom?
Yes, I love pandas.
She does. So this is just for her.
This is Mom's
Aw.
cupcake. So we just get Oreos, and I'm actually just taking the top part of the Oreo here for the ears, and then see what we can. Oh, do for the eyes. And
They don't look quite like the picture.
I don't think it looks as cute as the picture.
Looks like a mean panda.
We'll give it a smile.
Oh, it needs a bow.
Oh, okay. Well, we'll do this. Well, this is a boy panda. Let's do a girl panda. How easy. We will add a cute little bow right this side right there. There we go. All right, that's our panda. So let's work on. Okay, I'm going to do an easy one. Surely we can get a rooster right. So
Guess we'll find out in a minute.
let's do some eyes. Okay, this one I just got Mike and Ike's candy. So let's see. We just stick these ones right in. Man, I keep thinking, like, how could we go wrong with this? I guess it could very easily.
Well, the eyes look a little funny.
Maybe they need to go closer together.
Oh, that looks better.
Oh, there we go.
Good
That's the
job.
trick. Thank you. Thank you. Learning as we go here. And then it might look a little like Pinocchio. Pinocchio. All right, and then all right, something like that. That looks like a rooster, right?
Yeah, that's cool.
A Pinocchio rooster. Okay. Let's do a sheep. How can we go wrong with sheep? I keep saying every time with every new one that we do, how could we go wrong with this one? So we're going to do a sheep. So we get a little Reese's peanut butter cup right there. And we just add a whole bunch of marshmallows
There, look
all
at that.
around it.
Simple and easy,
Oh.
and it didn't go wrong.
Okay, we just need to do them all like that. Butterflies and mustaches. All right. This one, just a whole bunch of marshmallows all around it. If you want to put some icing on the back of 2 eyes, we'll try to stick some eyes onto the sheep here. See how that works. I really don't know how it always looks so much better in the picture. That's just wrong. I mean, it's just like those, the advertisement for food. It's not real food in those advertisement pictures. So maybe that's what our problem is. We're working with real food here. All right.
Oh, it's stuck.
Is this? It kinda looks like a sheep. Here, we'll put some under here.
A sheep has a really tiny head.
It's a baby.
And big eyes.
It's a baby sheep. All right.
There's no room for the mouth.
Okay, what's our, I think, is that it?
Yes.
All right, this is definitely a fun activity. Okay. So we got a rooster, a bunny, a panda,
A pig and a little other thing. I'm not calling it a sheep.
yeah, whatever you want to call. What do you think our sheep looks like? And then, of course, we got our little mustache. And then the ones that Dad really wanted was the coconut ones on top. I don't know how many Americans have used coconut on top of cupcakes. Is that an American thing or an Australian thing? I don't know, but that's what we do. Maybe it's just a ham thing. But that definitely is one of our favorite type of cupcakes. All right. Well, I cannot wait to hear what your thoughts are about our cupcakes. We certainly had a lot of fun doing this. We would love to see your pictures. I'm sure you all can do a lot better than we did. So send us your pictures. Advancement at answersingenesis.org. Advancement at answersingenesis.org. And for every family that sends us their pictures, we will send you a little gift of something. So we can't wait to see them. We are so glad that you joined us in for this fun episode of patty cakes. All right, hope to see you next time.